Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's July 3rd, 2024. I'm down here by the canal, transition into a pond area down here. We've had really high winds for several days, some period of calmed winds, and today we got some more high winds, but we're in a pretty protected area. And over here is where I shot yesterday's video talking about doing the prep work. And I also ended the video talking about coming in here and doing some work in here. But I've got some dead standing trees, and I've got one that's live, but the wind's tilted this one quite a bit. So you can see the root balls picked up here a little bit. And if you look up there, she's hung up in a couple of trees. And this is a pretty good sized poplar here, a couple of foot in diameter. And so what I think I'm going to do is start out by coming down here, and I think I'll come in with the approach for where I am here. I have an ash tree here, a couple of trees around here. This is where another root ball was from another tree that blew over 2 years ago. I pulled this one out, but I was hoping that this one would end up staying. That's what happened. So I think what I'll do is I'll come in, I'll work my way into here, dig around that root ball some. There's a couple of nice maples, but there's poplars in there too. But she's really hung up in there, so we'll see what we can do. There's going to be some damage to some of those other trees, unfortunately. But we'll give it a shot here. So I got the large poplar out. This root ball is split in half over here. This is where it came from, this spot right in here. The root ball is sitting right on top of a bunch of water down in there. This one had really wet soil down below, so it's going to fill in. But this last one, poplar here, it's just moist. So this is actually okay as we're getting over here. But you can see how beautiful this soil is, just absolutely gorgeous. But I've got to try and fill in the spots, and I'll try and work on this area, leave a bridge, dam over there. But this dead cherry I got to take out, and a lot of these right in here I'll take out as well. It's a tree that blew over years ago and then sent up all the shoots, but then after the beaver were here, they all died. And so I'll take out more of these. But when that big one came down, it did a domino effect. And there's several of them down right in a row. This one got weakened some, this poplar right there. But it looks like the maple did okay. The ash is okay there. Of course, that ash is just about completely dead. But it all got tied right up, and so there's probably 3 or 4 trees down in there. The beaver will probably work on those. So I'll leave those for this season. And then I got to cut up this poplar here. See, this is one of the ones the beaver girdled it here and fallen into a little ditch. Well, we're making our way bit by bit. Probably most of today will be just clearing some of the trees here and figuring out where I can build some soil to make a roadway over there to start excavating. Pile it here, then come back over here, reposition it, pile it out here, and then be able to move the soil. So I'll have to move this soil a few times. These are the times, although I love Elon, sometimes I wish I even had a larger machine, but that would be tough working in here. This machine's big enough just to get in between everything here. So there's an ash that's still alive, a cherry, but I'll take out that ash because it's surrounded by all the rest of these. Cut this one up and then work my way around over in there some more. So we'll just keep plugging away here. Do it safely so we don't get hurt. Make sure we're identifying the good trees, that we want to put enough soil around, and make sure that it slopes away so that when the pond levels do rise, they have as good a chance to get as much aeration as possible for the roots. So sometimes we'll drive the roots up, not next to the crown, drive the roots up a little bit higher around the perimeter so they can maintain oxygenation as well. So I'm going to get the chainsaw out again and do some more cutting, see if we make some progress. show you where we're up to, and one of the twins just ran across in front of me here a couple minutes ago. And there's the other twin with mom right over there. They're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful babies. The other twin just shot across here. Okay, so where are we at this point? So the big leaning poplar tree, which was right here, which is a big pool of water underneath that that I filled in over there, that one had come down and taken down at least 3 other trees over there, going out into the area where it opens up into the other pond section. In a little while I'm going to do some cleanup and all, but I was able to come over in here and take out several of the dead trees. I will try and smooth this out a little bit with the Hulk, the track loader, in a little while, and see if I can smooth that out some. And then maybe tomorrow I'll work in some of these other areas, just trying to establish a firm footing for me to be able to work off of as I work my way further and further along in here, and then map out just where we're going to do the work and all. So I used a chainsaw to saw up a lot of the material that came out of here. I had everything staged over here, a large pile here, and so I've gotten that into the other places. I'll go over here now. The doe and the one twin are right over here, pretty close to where we'll be going, but they're both getting pretty used to me. And so what I've used, the green machine, Advant 860i, with the tree grabber on it, to go ahead and easily or more quickly be able to remove all of the wood that I cut up and the stumps, all of that material, lots of sod on it as well. So that makes things a bit easier. I know this camera doesn't do justice looking at the babies and all. Gorgeous. So we're making our way in here pretty well. I'm pretty happy with this. So I took a lot of the material and put it over. Boy, you can see there's another pool started right over here. That's all draining from the well, which is a spring-fed well up here. So I'll have to figure out how I'm going to reroute that, because it's creating quite a swampy area. And so I deposited, so a lot of the material that I took out of the area there that I transported with the Avant 860i, I went ahead and deposited along the roadways to give more support in the deep areas by near the lower pond wall. I also, because the runoff comes down here and erodes some of the road that I put in here, started staging a lot of the stumps and the trees all along in here, all up in here. I'll go ahead and use Elon in a little while and reposition this, pack this down into the trench area. There's the baby over there. Where's your other baby, honey? It's so gorgeous. It's okay. So that's what we got done today. I have a little bit more to do. I'll just use Elon, the excavator, to pack in some of the area over here and over by the roadway next to the lower beaver dam, and see what I can do with getting things cleaned up a little bit here for tomorrow. We'll start again tomorrow if the weather holds out and all. So that's it for today's video. We're making some progress. Before I can move more soil or doing any big excavation, I got to clear the area of the of the dangerous trees and some of the stumps and all, and then I can do my planning how I'm going to approach expanding this pond. This isn't going to be a big oval pond. This is going to be, oh, an artistic pond from up above, I guess. Different levels and different shapes. So we'll see how this all works out. And I want to try and transplant as many viable trees and bushes as possible, keeping in mind the beaver will be after them in the future. So I've got some some blueberry bushes up front that I can transplant down here in the fall time, but I want to get it reforested with as many trees, and we'll get lots of willows in here for the beaver as well, and some more poplars potentially as well. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a thumbs up and say hey. Take care now. Bye-bye.